me retweet your tweet real quick.
Everybody, welcome back. The Strawberry Sundaes podcast. We got the boy, the man, myth, legend, the dark matter king, DooM Reidboyy. This is what I've been excited for. I've been messaging him all the time, bugging him, but this guy's pulled through. He's coming on. He's just dropped me a raid as well. The guy is an absolute hero. Reidboyy, introduce yourself.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Reidboyy. Go by Reid most of the time. I play Call of Duty, Warzone right now, but usually whenever a new game comes out that I enjoy, I will play it more than any other human on the planet.
Right off the bat, let's talk about your dark matter grind. The amount of people that seen the retweet and asked me about your dark matter grind. Come on, bro. Talk us through it.
Oh yeah, that was actually it started every single Call of Duty. I always go and I just get the whatever the master camo or all gold guns as far back as Black Ops 2. The first time little 13-year-old Reidboyy came home from school and he saw some dude on day one of Black Ops 2 with a shiny like white diamond sniper. I was like, what is that? I want it. And ever since then, every single Call of Duty game, I get every single gold gun so I can have whatever the max camo is as soon as possible. I was the first person to get Damascus too in Modern Warfare, but that one wasn't really anywhere near as hyped up. I only had 70 people at the moment I unlocked it. Naturally, that one was also glitched. Same thing with Dark Matter in Cold War. I wanted to do it again. I wanted to go for the two-peat. This time I had built way more of a foundation for my stream. So I wanted to do it again. I wanted it to happen, and I pushed through. I really hated that grind for Cold War. It was way worse than it was for Damascus. But I wanted to get it done. I wanted to make sure that I would be the first person in the world to have Dark Matter. I think I streamed 240 hours in 10 days, or 200 hours in 10 days, something like that.
That's
And it
mad.
was awesome. It was a crazy experience.
So it took you 10 days to complete everything, to have fully dark matter, online COD, Cold War.
Yes, 10 days. It took. I think I had 6 days of time played in those 10 days after the game came out.
That's crazy. That is one hell of a grind, bro. That is one hell of a grind. So you were the first person to do it on Cold War, but you were also the first person to get Damascus on Modern Warfare.
Yeah, and that one was
This is solo as well,
way
isn't
less.
it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by myself. No other people playing on my account while I sleep. Literally just sacrificing sleep for this.
That's a grind. That is a grind. Right, let's go right back to the start. Talk us through how you got into content, and then just work your way through sort of your journey with content.
So the first time I ever started to stream was in Infinite Warfare, when I would just stream right off the PS4. I would stream to maximum one person. If I had one person stop by the stream, it was like a wild stream. I would just play UMG XP matches, private match, SND, all day, every day between like classes because I was in college, living in the dorm. So I would just play those all day, maximum one viewer. Then I streamed a lot during World War II when that first came out. Same thing as I do in every COD. I was just going for the max camo, which was chrome in that game, an embarrassment to a final camo. So yeah, I streamed all year for World War II, and then towards the end of World War II, right before BO4 launched, I was uploading videos to YouTube. Also, I was streaming on YouTube actually, not on Twitch back then. And when I was uploading one of my videos, something messed up in the render, and it uploaded a 15-minute long black screen. And I got like a strike on my YouTube channel because it was like it counted as spam, and it wouldn't let me live stream for 30 days. So I was like, this isn't gonna do. Like, I can't just not live stream like the start of a new Call of Duty when I'm gonna be playing pubs the most, streaming the most, just doing nothing but playing the game. So I switched on over to Twitch, started streaming Black Ops 4 on Twitch. I streamed most of the first month, just just get in dark matter as fast as I possibly can in BO4. Would occasionally stream Blackout here and there. I'm not really that big on BRs in general, but Blackout was like Call of Duty, so I was like, all right, I'll play this a little bit. So I played it here and there. But after the first month, same thing with Cold War, really. I just didn't like Black Ops 4. I'm not the biggest fan of Treyarch games. So I didn't play too much more Black Ops 4 after the first month on stream. After that, I started playing off stream when I would play like S&D wagers with the guy who I now live with. We didn't live together back then. So I played with
Okay.
him a lot in S&D until eventually February of, I think that was 2019. February 2019 was like the February when BO4 was still the main game. I had won in S&D, like wagers and tourneys, we won enough money that I could buy a PC. So I ended up buying the PC that I have now and started streaming our S&D wagers and tournaments back in Black Ops 4. That was pretty good, but that only lasted for 2 months, from like February to the end of April, until the semester ended at my university, and I had lived in the dorm at school, so I had to move out and move back home in with my parents for the entire summer, and that was rough. That was a difficult situation in terms of streaming. We had to run 100-foot Ethernet cable through my attic just so that way I could have internet hooked up to my PC, and even then, it was still like less than 1 megabyte down, and even less than that up. So it wasn't ideal streaming situation. So I ended up spending almost that entire summer just working away, saving up money so that way when the next semester at school came, I could move into the house that I live in now. We moved in this house like around August. I think that was 2019, and yeah, that was August 2019. And then I hopped right back on board, just streaming every single day, and that was pretty much that's the start of my everyday Twitch stream grind. That was when I essentially went pretty much full time as a streamer. Was the end of BO4. I would just stream League play just all day, every day, waiting for MW to come out. And then when Modern Warfare came out, Modern Warfare 2019, I did 6 straight 30-hour streams, and the longest of those was 51 hours. I do not recommend that anybody anywhere ever attempt 51 straight hours of playing Call of Duty. It was
51 straight hours.
51. It was after I got to like the 43-hour mark, and I like wasn't tired. I was like, let's go. I'm doing this. I'm making it happen. And then the 44th hour hit, and I was about to die. That was the most painful next 4 hours of my life. It was so difficult. It was so difficult to get through it, but I was like, I'm this close. I can't stop. So I pushed through it, and then once I hit the 48, the adrenaline hit a little bit, the
Yeah, yeah,
excitement.
yeah.
I was able to push through for a couple more hours, and I do not ever plan on attempting another 48-hour stream. Yeah,
You've
that
got to
was
be like only the one of the only people to do that. Surely, do it for that long.
it was yeah, oh yeah, because I didn't sleep. I know people since then have done like those streams where they'll stream for like 20 hours and then sleep for 6 or something like that on stream, and then they'll keep the stream going. I haven't done anything like that. That was just straight 51 hours of pure gameplay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
How
a
did you feel afterwards? Were
that
you just
I I slept. I think I got a solid 18 to 20 hours of sleep after that, but then I did like a few shorter streams, like a few like normal like 8-hour streams or something like that. But then I
yeah,
went
yeah,
straight back to like doing like the 16-hour streams because Modern Warfare's Damascus took way longer. It took like over
yeah?
2 weeks to get that compared to like the 10 days for Dark Matter. It was a total of 428 hours streamed from when Modern Warfare launched to when I went out of town for Thanksgiving to visit my family.
That's
428
crazy,
hours in
man.
just a little over a month. And yeah, it was I was making sure that I was the first person to get Damascus. I didn't want anybody coming close. I didn't know anybody. Like I was really still a small name in the community. I didn't want anybody like creeping up whose name I hadn't heard of, who was low key like close to me. And it turns out I really didn't need to push it that far. The next person that tried to claim that they were first was like a month later. It was like a month later, and he tried claiming that like, he was the first solo person to do it. And we still laugh about that one. Still laugh
Yeah,
about that guy. He had his whole
that's
community like in my chat trying to tell me that I wasn't the first one, even though I'd had it done for like a month already.
mad.
Yeah,
I honestly, I commend you for that because I don't. Yeah, I don't know how you even cope after that long.
It was
I
way
just do one.
easier to do in Modern Warfare for me personally than it was to do in Cold War because
Yeah.
first off, the challenges weren't as much as like difficult. Some of the challenges for Cold War like were physically fucking painful to do,
Mm.
and they were hard and they took effort. Whereas Modern Warfare is just more grindy. You just had a lot of things that you had to do for each gun, which just ended up taking longer. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think there's a lot more frustrating camos that you need to get within Cold War.
hmm
Um, and especially little things like with the rocket launchers, with
oh
the
yeah,
the patch
double
that they've done on
kills.
them, and yeah, it is
Yeah, so it
a
was
lot harder.
definitely way harder in Cold War. It was the closest while I was going for it, while I was racing for Damascus, the closest person behind me, as far as I was aware, was Phase Blue, and he ended up stopping in my stream one time during that race, and he said, "Are you actually at? I think it was at like 21 out of 30 guns or something like that." And he goes, "Are you actually at that?" And I was like, "Yeah, I can show you." And I like showed him every single gun. He goes, "I thought I was the closest to getting it done, and you were almost twice ahead of me." And he's like, Blue's been one of my homies for like, well, not really like a homie, not somebody I'm close with, but somebody I've stopped into his stream. He stopped into my stream every once in a while since that happened. So I'm really thankful for that. It was probably one of the biggest things I've gained from that
Yeah.
Damascus grind. Then yeah, once that was over, I was on top of the leaderboards for Modern Warfare for a decent amount of time, and then Christmas I went home to visit my parents again. So that was like 2 weeks I took off. I fell from like number three on leaderboard on like the overall leaderboard for Modern Warfare. I fell down to like top 20, and I just kind of lost a little bit of the passion to stay on top.
Mm.
So then from January, February, and the start of March, I would just do ground war streams. I would just stream ground war honestly like 12 to 16 hours every single day. This is why people in my chat now, I'll be like, all right, guys, I'm tired. I did a pretty decent stream. It was like 10 hours today. And they'll come in roasting me saying 10 hours is nothing. Like you can do 12 hours every single day. And that's because I set that precedent back at the start of 2020 when I would just stream all day, every day ground war, dropping nukes all over the place, 100 kill games.
That's
That was
Yeah,
yeah, that
that
was
that is that is impressive. So, since you've moved back into the house that you bought that you're living in currently, have you done streaming full time? Has that been your like main focus?
Yeah, pretty much. Besides the week or two here or there for like Christmas or randomly
Yeah.
during the summer where I go home to visit my parents, pretty much every single day is spent streaming. I definitely don't focus anywhere as much as I need to on like YouTube or
Mm.
posting on TikTok or my Instagram. I definitely need to be doing that more, but I look at that at more of like a homework or like a chore kind of thing that I should be doing to help myself. But streaming is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy waking up every day, getting on and playing the game for 10 hours, talking to people all day, every day. I enjoy doing that. I wake up like
Yeah.
excited to do that. I'm upset that I have to be tired and go to sleep because I want to just keep streaming all day, every day. It'd be great if I
Yeah,
just
you
didn't
see, I
get
think
tired.
I think when it turns to, I mean, I'm no content expert, but when it starts to come to where it does feel like a chore, where you're forcing content, it's not going to be natural content. You're not going to feel happy with actually producing that. So, like you say, you've got that urge to click live and go live on Twitch and just play and just enjoy gaming. If you then force other content like YouTube or whatever, if it's not something that you're like physically, you're really pushing and you're really involved with it,
Right, like excited to
it
do,
won't,
yeah.
yeah, it won't be your best content. And then, like you
Yeah.
say, you'll look back on it and you'll be like, I'm not happy with that,
Yeah, like I
or
look
that
at
kind
some
of
of
thing.
the YouTube videos I upload right now, and it's just more of like I need to get this on YouTube, and
Mm,
not like this is a YouTube video I'm excited that I just made. It's just more of like
yeah.
here you go. But yeah,
Okay.
that was Modern Warfare. Honestly, one of my top three personal favorite CODs. I think maybe not like necessarily the best, but definitely one of my personal favorites, just because it's brought so much good stuff to me, especially
Yeah.
to my Twitch stream. And then Warzone came. Warzone, honestly, low key was like the start of the downfall towards my stream just a little bit. I used to average 100, 150 to even 200 viewers for like those last couple days leading up to Warzone, and then Warzone came out and it just kind of slowly went downhill because most people who followed me for like Call of Duty, like multiplayer, not really
Mm.
this VR that all the big streamers are playing. But no, it was still something. I could get like up to 100 viewers, something like that. It wasn't too bad, but it was nowhere near as good as I was. But I still grinded Warzone because it's what everybody was playing. Everybody was playing Warzone, and
Yeah.
there was nothing left for I. This is still to this day. There's nothing left for me to accomplish in Ground War. Every like achievement somebody could go for, I've gotten the double nukes. I've gotten the 2-minute nuke. I've gotten the sniping nukes. I've gotten almost a nuke with every gun. Everything I could go for in Ground War is it's done. I've done it all. So Warzone, the sky is still the limit for that. There's so much stuff you can do. There's
Mm.
tournaments, there's wagers, there's so many things that could be done in Warzone that I've yet to accomplish. So it was
Yeah, I suppose.
yeah.
I suppose with the Warzone aspect, you've got things like you're breaking your personal best. You've got like world records that you can hit. Obviously, your KD is massive. Like that's massive within Warzone. Like you say, tournaments and those kind of things where you can compete. For money and that kind of thing. So there is a wider aspect to Warzone than obviously just playing and, like you say, getting a double nukes and those kind of things.
Yeah.
Which, let's be fair, are impressive in itself. Getting those achievements, and the fact that you've done all those and like you say, you've done the snipers, the sniper nukes, you've done nuke pretty much every gun. That's mad. Um, Okay, so we'll go on to like what sort of teams, organisations you've been with within the past and throughout your content journey. I know that you're in DooM currently, but were you in a team before that? How did the opportunity to join DooM come about? And
So
obviously you've
yeah. So I don't remember exactly when this happened. It might have been the end of Black Ops 4, but I think it was more like the start of MW when my stream got like a steady foundation. I was really against joining just some random 100 200 follower Twitter org, something that nobody for the most part has ever heard of. I was really against doing that. I'd get a bunch of them to reach out to me, but I really wasn't any interest in them. And then one guy reached out, and one guy, man, Swaggy Kizzle reached out for me to join Gunplay, good old Gunplay Reed. I was like, you know what, this guy seems cool. There's a bunch of cool people in this org. I'm in. I'll give it some go. It had a couple thousand followers on Twitter. I'm like, all right, well, we'll give this a go. I'm not one for like hopping around back and forth the team. So like, I'm not like not. I don't want a team that I joined to just disband a week later because it didn't blow up instantly like they thought they would. And this one was like, it seemed like it was pretty established. So I was like, all right, let's go ahead and join them. Let's see what happens. I didn't really have to do anything for them. It's not like I had to like stream off of their channel, or I didn't really have to do anything. I could just represent them. They represent me. We got a group chat. Everybody supports each other. It was perfect. It was perfect. Exactly what I was looking for. Uh, and then yeah, when Warzone came out, Warzone actually came out towards the days leading up to it, like few days. Real Mason, who was at that time, I think he was the record holder for the fastest nuke in Modern Warfare. He he came into my chat just out of nowhere, and he says, "Yo, I can't wait to run Warzone with you." It's kind of like asserting himself into the situation. I was like, "Well, okay, sure, I guess." He was in Doom at the time, and so yeah, I played with him. We were struggling for a long time. We struggled to find like a steady third who would grind with us because me and him were both we were like number 2 and 3 in the world for like overall score and overall kills like the longest time. And then we kind of just like stopped grinding as much. But it was yeah, me and him, and then he got A's TV and King Prodigy, the two other most active, I'd say, members in Doom. He got them into our squads. We played with them for a little bit, and then yeah, they were like, "Hey, are you interested in joining Doom? Like, you're pretty good at the game." And at that point, I was like, "Yes, this sounds awesome." This was definitely never something that I thought. I never like saw myself joining like one of those orgs that you see.
Mm.
All the big YouTubers are in this org. Like when I was like World War II, like the older cops, when I would just only play pubs. I never saw myself in one of those big million subscriber YouTube channel organizations. But I thought this was awesome. So yeah, I left Gunplay on good terms. Just on to better things. RIP Gunplay. They are no longer a thing. It seemed to go downhill pretty quickly after I left. You hate to see it. R.I.P. to them. They were a bunch of great guys. Kizzle's still a good guy. Still, a couple of the members still stop by my chat here and then and talk and whatever. But yeah, then I joined DooM and I fucking love it. I think it's great. I fit in perfectly here. Yeah, I
That's
think.
yeah, that's you
Have you,
see, I think like you say, everything sort of happens for a reason. Obviously, with your YouTube problem with the black screen and that, and then going over to Twitch, all of that happening in a sequence, and then obviously playing with specific people has obviously brought you this opportunity, and now obviously you can widen your streams and that kind of thing. And you say that your streams are getting less viewers than what you were getting at the start of Modern Warfare, but like you say, it isn't the challenges and stuff that people are looking for now. It's more of the battle royale stuff, and you're competing against like a ridiculous amount of huge streamers that are coming
yeah,
out of this battle royale, which is Warzone. You've got people like Aiden that sit on 30k viewers, Nick Merck 60k viewers, and you're competing with those people. And these weren't people that were playing your multiplayers.
yeah,
So like
exactly. Yeah,
your COD fans have naturally then gone to the battle royale side of things. But I always come by your chat. Like I was lingering in before you came into the podcast tonight, and you were disgusting on Rebirth. Absolutely disgusting. I seen you jump through this window, kill some kid, jump back out the window, lie down, plate, kill his mate, shooting bodies, the lot. I was loving it, but
oh, yeah.
so it's not like the skill isn't there.
Right.
So, okay, so we're going to the next question, which is the first ever gaming experience that you can remember. So let's go right back to the start.
So this was, I think, this was like Christmas around like the year 2000 or 2001 or something like that. Way back when my parents got me Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2, and like it came with a PlayStation 2, the bundle, and they had it complete with like a steering wheel setup and everything. We set it up in our living room on our big old box TV, like our 60-inch box TV that we had, and that was that Need for Speed is I think the first video game that I have any memory of playing. I don't know if I played anything before that, but yeah, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 still one of the classic video game memories that I have. Um, my first my first COD related video game experience, because that's pretty much all I play now. That was that would be back in 2009 when I remember this specifically. My mom asked me. She was Black Friday shopping in the paper, and she goes, "Do you want this?" And showed me a picture of an Xbox 360 with a Modern Warfare 2 bundle. And I remember saying, "Yeah, I heard that game's supposed to be pretty good." Little old 13-year-old Reidboy voice. I heard Modern Warfare 2 is supposed to be a pretty good game. You can get me an Xbox if you want. I guess I could play that. And that's what started the love for Call of Duty. Modern Warfare 2, the Xbox 360, the intervention, quick scopes on Rust.
Yeah, they were the 1v1s on Rust
Those are the good old
back in the
days.
day. Yeah, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 still one of the best, Call of Duty titles that we've seen.
Oh,
That
for
was sort
sure.
of my era. COD 4, toward the end of COD 4 to the start of Modern Warfare 2 was sort of the same sort of time where I was introduced to Call of Duty. So I can kind of relate to that. And back in the day, they don't make CODs like that anymore.
Nope,
Uh,
it
I
will
mean,
not be the same anymore. We'll never get something as good as that again.
Call of Duty is very good, but Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4 were just different.
I'm
They
upset.
were just
I never got to play COD 4 in its prime because yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was the first Call of Duty game, so I never all I ever got to play was going back and playing it in like the more dead lobbies.
yeah,
I
yeah,
missed
yeah.
the prime of it. It's unfortunate.
So
Then
you
yeah.
refer to Need for Speed, your first ever gaming experience, and you say that was on the PlayStation 2. So was that your first ever console, or was there consoles before that you had?
I think at the most it would be like going over to one of my parents' like friend's house, and they had like an N64. I kind of vaguely remember playing on somebody's N64, Super Smash Bros. Brawl or something like that. So, some small game that most people never heard
Yeah.
of, I'm sure. But other than that, no. The PS2 was my first ever console. I went PS2 to 360 to PlayStation 4, like all the best gamers do that
Yeah.
transition. And I'm now after about a month now. I think I'm on a PS5 now, or I think it's been a good month that I've been on it.
Okay. So you've gone from PS4, obviously, then just jumped straight to the PS5.
Yes, yes, and I love it. I'm so happy I was able to get one.
Yeah, you see, in the UK, it's been very difficult. I'm not too sure about the US, but the UK has been seriously difficult to even like see a PlayStation 5. The amount of PS5s that they brought out was just a joke. They literally brought out. They must have brought out about 25. I'm not even joking. It was anyone that was looking to get one didn't get one. Like it was crazy. And even now, you still look on websites and they're still out of stock in the UK. Because I'm still playing on a PS4, so I'm not really too fussed. I could potentially play if I needed to game on my PC, but I'm not really too fussed at the moment.
Oh yeah,
Eventually, obviously, I'll make the move. But like I say, yeah, in the UK, the PlayStations have been an absolute ball ache to get hold of.
oh yeah. I got extremely lucky. I tried 3 or 4 times for like I was at a scheduled drop when like we knew before time when it was gonna happen, and I was waiting. I had my credit card in hand. I had all my info put in, and everything ready to go. Just clicking, just hoping the website would load in time, and it wouldn't work. It refused to work. And then I was blessed at 3 a.m. in the middle of one of my streams. One of my mods, VCRKD, I don't know if you see him in your chat or not. His girl DM'd me a link to an Amazon restock that just happened for some reason at 3 a.m.
Oh,
And
mad!
I just instantly I didn't even think twice. I stopped everything I was doing in my stream. I just pulled it up, instantly bought it, and just ordered it right away. I was even the expensive version with the disc tray that I really don't need, but I needed it, and I'm so happy that I was so lucky, so
And
100%
that's
blessed.
and that's Shells Bop in the chat. Is that
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Shout out for the hookup, man. We love that. We love that. Okay, so we'll go on to the next question. So, the best content moment that you've experienced to date.
There have been a couple decent ones. Like I said, the streaming 16 hours every day in Ground War was definitely one of it. It was my favorite time to be a content creator. That was my favorite period of time when I just remember driving around in a truck in farmland, just literally just running people over, just just for hours a day, just doing that. That was fun. Dark Matter in Cold War, having 600 people naturally, no host in my chat. I had
Mm.
JGod, I had GD Booyah gifting me 50 subs. Like that was an amazing experience. That is something I will never forget. Um, we did break the squad's world record. Back in like September, we dropped 155 kills as a squad. That was a pretty wild experience. It was really nice for a couple days, as it was still hyped up. So that was pretty
Mm.
awesome. But I don't think any of that. I don't think any of that will beat during Twitch Rivals Game 4 when I died and went to the Gulag, and I 1v1 swag in the Gulag. I don't think anything will top beating swag in the Gulag. That was probably one of the coolest experiences for me because yeah,
Facts.
back in those ground war days, it was people would always say, "All right, who's better, swag or Reidboyy? Like, you really think you're better than swag?" And my chat always like hated swag because like his viewers would come in and be like, "You're not better than swag. You're not better than
Yeah,
swag."
yeah.
And we like because we would stream it for the most part not at the same time until like there was one day randomly when we got into the same game on opposite teams. We both dropped 80 kills against each other. We both went on a streak, almost getting a nuke on each other. I thought it was just an awesome experience. Yeah, beating him in the gulag after so many times of people saying who's better, you or him. I thought it was amazing. That would
Let
definitely
let
probably top it
let's
all for
set
me.
the scene. Let's set the scene in the gulag. So, what gun have you got?
I got the Ram 7. The Ram
Ram
7.
7.
This was the Nuketown like Gulag. This is before they changed it. So this is the one that had the one car head glitch that was definitely better than the other head
Yeah.
glitches,
Yeah.
or than the other side of the map. I go instantly straight to the car, just straight to my safety head glitch, so I can see where he's at, where he's going. I'm bobbing up and down. I'm not letting this guy get first shot on me, and if he does, it's only going to be one bullet. I shoot a bullet at him. He crosses to the right. I go and I run to the left to try and catch him, maybe flank him a little bit, shoot him in the back. I'm staying quiet. He peeks it. He sees me. I run right back to the car head glitch. He gets a bullet on me. I get a bullet on him. I go and cross the sign. I get another bullet on him, and he was like that one bullet. I had fully healed, and he was like one bullet from full HP. And I just slide canceled off the sign to challenge him because the time was running out, and he was about to hop on the flag. And man, it was close. It was close. He made me one shot. If I hadn't had that bullet on him, who knows what would have happened.
You still took the W though. That's the main
It was
thing.
an awesome experience.
That's the main thing. Okay, so on to the next part. So we're coming into the last part of the podcast now. So we've got two last questions. So these might interlink. So I'll ask the first one, then obviously the second one you might have already sort of answered. But the best person that you've ever worked with within the scene, and then why?
So I've actually don't. I'm really bad at networking. I was talking about this earlier on stream. I don't like playing with somebody new if somebody that like I'm playing with already hasn't played with it. Like if there's not a connection between me and this person, I don't really like playing with them brand new for the first time because it's really awkward. You don't know their lingo, you don't know their play style, you don't know like their inside jokes or how they talk or their call outs for certain things. So it's just really awkward. You don't know like what they find funny and what stuff you shouldn't joke about with them. It's just like a really awkward situation that just ends up in way less conversation, way less funny moments. So I haven't really played with too many people in the scene. I'd say probably the best trio of people that I've worked with is that King Prodigy, A's TV, Real Mason, those guys that got me into Doom, those Doom guys. Just because I haven't really, those aren't really good answers because that A's TV guy, he's a loser. Nobody really likes him, but I haven't really played with any better options, I guess. But no, they got me into doing something that I didn't really ever see as like a possibility, something I didn't know how I would try about doing, and they got me in, so that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean that those sorts of names are still huge within the scene, so that is still like an achievement in itself to be able to get to where you are now and play with the people that and they've clearly seen something within your content and your gameplay and that kind of thing to bring you in with them in obviously in Doom. So yeah, clearly you clutched up on something. I think that swag 1v1 in the Gulag might have done it, I reckon. Okay, so the final question, and then we'll see in the chat if they've got any couple of questions, just quick ones that we can go through if they're not too ridiculous. So if you could work with one person within the scene, who would it be and why?
So I've thought about this question a little bit, because I wasn't too sure. I couldn't quite figure out who I thought be the number one. I thought Booyah might be a pretty cool guy. I played with him a little bit, like once or twice in Cold War, but then I realized just how hilarious I find Kaylee Renee on Twitter, the one with the wild tweets about God knows what, very sexual most of the time. I just think her tweets are hilarious, and just the entire vibe she's got in her stream, just like mild toxicity, but like funny, like somewhat dark humor. I just think it's all hilarious. I feel like my sense of humor and hers, I feel like that combo would be hilarious. I think it'd be good content.
You see that's always a good question to end on because it's always different creators that people mention at the end because it is literally to your personal preference, which is the creator which is most relatable to like you and how you want to like create content and how you feel that you would like you say you would stream with her and you think like we bounce off each other, we making hilarious content like So it literally is a different person every time. So I think that's, and yeah, no one has said that so far. So yeah, okay. So let's have a look in the chat then. We'll take a couple of um, we'll take a couple of questions.
There are very few things that I won't answer.
Yeah. So let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's. Okay. So this is perfect because you were beefing him a minute ago, saying that he wasn't good enough and all this kind of thing. So, do you have a girlfriend, or does gaming take up too much of your time?
So yeah, so if you've ever actually been in my stream, usually when I go to take a bathroom break, I actually put my girlfriend up on the webcam, and she sits there and entertains the chat. Her name is Judy. She's a blow up doll, and she sits in the background of most of my streams, just lays on bed. She likes to chill with her boyfriend John. He keeps her occupied, so that way I can play my video games all day, every day.
I hope that's answered your question. We'll go for one more question then, guys. Come on, let's get the last question and get one more in. First of all, though, as well, actually, I forgot to mention at the start of the video, I am so sorry that we couldn't get a cam on today. We've been having all sorts of problems with the Discord.
It's Discord's fault. Blame Discord. It's not our fault.
We both went in earlier in Discord, tried to sort it out. It just didn't want to work with us. So I apologise on that front. But
I wish, because I have a lot of interesting stuff that just goes in the background of my webcam at all times. That would so much funny stuff I could show you.
well, when Discord has sorted itself out, a couple of months down the line, we're going to get you back on, and we're going to do it all over again. But we're going to have a cam on,
That sounds awesome.
and we're gonna get into the proper nitty gritty. Okay, this is a good question actually for the last question. Why will you never move to PC?
Oh boy, what a good one. Okay, well, I've even started its own channel in my personal Discord with PC fails, which is just people on Twitter that I see who will praise up and down about how PCs are so much better than consoles. They will say so much about how much better PCs are and how they can't believe I still play a console. And then they're publicly tweeting on Twitter about something going wrong with their PC that's preventing them from playing. So not just like an issue that they don't know how to fix it, but it's gotten so bad to where they can't play anymore and they need to tweet about it to ask somebody else for help. I refuse. I refuse to let that ever happen to me. I saw a simp tweet out about how his 3090, it just straight up died on him. And then another one that was a classic to me was Clayster tweeted out that he was getting worked in his warm-ups and everything felt weird to him, and he checked and his game settings had just like randomly changed. Something in his settings had changed. And then it's just a whole thread of pros talking about how yeah, that's normal. In PCs, things just randomly change settings all the time. We have a settings check that we do before matches to make sure everything is right. And I just can't believe that's okay with people. It
Yeah,
blows
no,
my
that's
mind that people are like okay with just things randomly changing the settings like to just something different, because I wouldn't notice that for the most part. I wouldn't notice most of the time. I'd just be like, why is this messing up? And I would never be able to figure out why.
and that you never get out of a console.
Never. I don't ever
The
have to worry
downloads
about
are quicker.
anything. My PS5 for this whole month has been amazing. My 6-year-old PS4, granted, it sounded like it was a jet engine ready to take off, ready to go. It was really loud. But my PS4 never had a crippling issue that would prevent me from playing the game.
Exactly the same. My PS4, I've had mine a good 4 or 5 years. Sounds like a jet engine. Never have a problem.
That, and on top of
PC,
that, there's
always
also
problems.
like the minor stuff where when I switched from this PS4 to PS5, people would tell me in the stream they'd be like, "Wow, your stream, like, it looks way better. Your FPS is higher. Your graphics are better."
Mm.
I just don't have an attention to detail for that kind of thing, I guess. I don't notice that. 360 looks the same as 720 to me. 720 looks the same as 1080. Like it all looks the same to me. I don't notice FPS. 300 FPS looks the same as 30 to me. Like I don't notice that kind of thing. So like it's better. I guess it's better for a viewer perspective, but it's just something I wouldn't notice. And then the big one is the FOV slider. I hate the way high FOVs look. I hate the way it looks. It just looks so ugly to me that I
Mm.
would still play on the regular console, like normal 80 FOV. So like the three of the big advantages that people always talk about when it comes to PC, I wouldn't even take advantage of them. They wouldn't be an advantage to me. So I'd be putting myself through the issues of all these PC problems without getting any real benefit.
Yeah, I think it's the whole with console. You get no problems, do you? You know, your downloads are quicker. An issue, you pretty much know what's going on. With a PC, you've got so much components where it could be this, could be that, could be this. Yeah, I'm a full console. You know, I will make the switch eventually, but I'm very happy with my PS4 right now.
I've also
Very
pointed out
happy.
I only play Call of Duty. And so like if you play other games, like that's a whole different situation. But I
Yeah,
only play Call of Duty and I definitely don't think it's worth the switch for me personally, as somebody who wouldn't notice that and who wouldn't take advantage of the advantages. I don't think it would be worth it. Plus, I've heard PC is not like optimized fully for Warzone. Heard that that's not like the best situation. So even if you get you need like a monster PC to have like some super noticeable difference. Yeah, I don't know if that one's true necessarily or not, but not really something I'm trying to deal with.
you just want to get on stream,
Yeah.
game.
It annoys me because even the PC I have now just for streaming, even then there are random times when something just changes. Something like
Yeah.
some setting will change on its own, and I'll just be pissed off because I just want to get on and start my stream. I don't want to be messing with my settings trying to figure out what's wrong.
Yeah, no, I can relate to that. I can relate to that. So we will end it there. I want to say huge thank you to you for coming on.
It was an absolute
It's
pleasure.
it has been a pleasure. It's been funny. You've given us a real insight, obviously, from when you started to obviously where you are now. So it's actually been a really good insight, and thank you for bringing so many people from your community across to
Oh, my
watch.
pleasure. Thank you again for inviting me. I really do appreciate it. I've never been on a podcast before. I think it was really cool, really fun
No,
experience.
well, you're welcome. And like I say, when we get Discord sorted in a few months, we are gonna get you back on with a cam,
Sounds awesome.
and we're gonna see what you've got. We want to see the blow up dolls,
I cannot wait.
and we want to see what's on your floor. I've seen water bottles and stuff in the chat
That's just a
about being
little
on your
bit.
floor.
So just a
So,
couple here and there.
hey, appreciate you all those streamers as well for the support. Catch you all.